Good morning, community. How are you? It is Saturday, and I'm out for a walk. But I wanted to hop on for a moment because I was thinking about you, and I realized I had not addressed this issue, and that is the stimulus package. Now, if you're anything like I was, when I knew money was coming, my whole insides would change. If it was my income tax, it was a check somebody said they were going to send me. So I'd be all excited. And I kid you not, my first thought was, what am I going to do with it? And as much as, okay, I guess I should be doing this. As much as, and then I'd write a plan, okay? I'd write a plan about, okay, what am I going to do with my income tax money? What am I going to do with this? And invariably, I'd always say, can I pay this bill, this bill, this bill? Write it down. The money would come. Deposit it in the bank. And I have to say, I was not good at keeping my commitment to myself. I don't know if it all got paid. Some of it got paid or what. But it crossed my mind that I guess the checks won't be here for another week or two. They'll be automatically deposited into your accounts from what I understand. What are you thinking right now? Are you already thinking, how am I going to spend this money? Already? Are you thinking, let me say this, anything different than what you would normally think when you got money? I'm walking up a hill again. When you get your unemployment check, so when you get your income tax check. Are you thinking anything different with this money coming than you would 6 months or a year ago with money coming? Because that's what I want you to do. When I talk about a stimulus strategy, I want you over these next few days to be conscious about what's really real and what's really important. Okay? It's going to get better. No, it's going to go deeper before it gets better. Excuse me. Best as I can tell, in another couple of weeks, they're going to shut us down, probably shut the whole nation down. We won't be able to go anywhere at any time during those days. They're uploading the 5G all over the United States, right? I was looking at it yesterday because there's so much construction going on in the streets. But we keep hearing about 5G, but we're not paying attention to what 5G is all about and how the energy of 5G is going to impact this planet. That's another story. Right now, though, I want you to look at what you're thinking already about this money. Because quite frankly, $1,200, it isn't even a handout. It's like a tithe. I'm so through with the government. What can you do with $1,200? But certainly you can do more than if you had none at all. Okay? So it is so important to me that you are strategic with this money that's coming. Matter of fact, I'd love to do a call with people in my Money and Wealth Mastery group. If you're not in there, please feel free to join it. Make sure you fill out the questions. Because what I'd want to do is sit down with people and say, okay, what are your bills? You have $1,200 coming. How many people live in your home? Prioritize your bills. Have you prioritized them? What is the one that's giving you the most grief? Is it rent or mortgage? What is your strategy for your stimulus money? And here's the thing. You can have all the strategies you want, but what's going to make you keep the commitment to paying what needs to be paid with that stimulus money and not saying something like, oh, I think I'll treat myself. Oh, I think I'll buy this. We don't have time for those frivolous purchases anymore. Because after this stimulus check, there's no more. Do you have a savings? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have a 401 that you can pull money out of? Then if not, this stimulus check has to provide cover for you and your family. So my first thought is, you need to have a roof over your head no matter what. No matter what. You need to have a roof over your head. Now, I don't know though if that means pay all your mortgage or all your rent. It depends on the relationship you have with either your bank regarding your mortgage or regarding your landlord if you're leasing or renting. Now this is where, whoa, it got cold. This is where the relationship you have with the person you're renting from or leasing from comes into play. Because if you've been on time all this time, if you've been cordial all this time, if you've been, if you were late and you let them know and you paid on time, this is when that relationship will matter. Because this is when, if you've always paid, you could potentially say, I can pay you half. Is that okay? So see, now you can see how your previous actions will connect to what you want to see showing up in your life right now. I've already heard that banks are pushing back mortgage payments. I didn't think about getting mine pushed back because I just want to keep paying on it. I want to pay it off. So follow up on that with your bank. Follow up on that with your bank. First thing, it will take time. I tried to call my bank the other day just to simply connect one bank account to another bank account so I could pay my mortgage without going out. And I was on there for a minute. So be patient. This is for you. This is for your family. Get on the phone. Be patient and pleasant. Be patient and pleasant. Don't let your fear and your anxiety come out in that call where you're mad at the people and upset with the people. Excuse me. Before you do anything though, take out a piece of paper. Write down all your bills. Write them down. Then I want you to prioritize them. I invite all of you who want some support to go to Money and Wealth Mastery Now. Jenenne Macklin, that's my online private group. Write your bills down. I will hold a meeting next week to go over it with you if you need the support around what do I pay, what don't I pay. But it's pretty cut and dry. They're pushing back mortgages. Only push that back if you can. If you can play part of it, pay part of it. Because it's going to catch up with you as it goes by, like 5 or 6 months from now. I mean, it's great that they're pushing everything back. And it's important because some people won't have anything but this stimulus money. So make a list. I think having a roof over your head is first important. Look at your electricity bills. Look at your electricity bill for the last couple of months. Can you cut it? First of all, call them again to see what arrangements you can make. Offer on everything to pay an amount. I can pay this amount. I can pay this amount when I get my stimulus check. Don't go to the call saying, hi, this is such and such, and I need to know how can you help me with my payment. What they want to know from you is, what can you do? So, hi, this is Jenenne Macklin. I'm calling about my AT&T phone bill. And I have recently been fired, and I am expecting my stimulus check. And at this point of the, $150 bill, I can pay $50 on it. Come with a plan. Come ready to negotiate. Get yourself prayed up. Get your meditation clear, whatever it is that you do spiritually, and write it down. The first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, so we want you to keep a roof over your head. Okay, now, sure you got to eat. Well, let's get past that part. You need to keep the lights and electricity on. So call and negotiate that, right? Okay. See, this is when, and I've said it once, but I'm saying it again, because I need you to remember it. This is when all your previous payments and all your previous on-time activities help support you making this request. Because part of it, they may go back and look at your past history, or under the circumstances, they may just say, okay. But go make it an offer. Don't make an offer for the whole amount of anything. Let them say that. For you, you come making an offer saying, this is what's going on. I was laid off. I was fired. You know, I'm waiting on unemployment. I can pay $25. I can pay $40. So now you take care of your home, take care of the minimum, your utilities, water, gas, got to keep the family, got to live together, not kill each other. Now, where does that leave? Credit cards, probably. If you're like I was in my 20s or 30s, then you have credit card and you have credit card debt. Get on that as early as possible. And again, go in negotiating. Don't go in helpless. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get fired. They don't want to hear all that. They want to know what you're willing to do. So go in ready to negotiate. Listen, I've got this limit. I've got this much. I'm at my limit maybe. I will promise to continue to make $10, $50 payments on this as I can. What do I need to do, or what payment do I need to make to maintain some level of my credit? Ask about that. Don't just say, okay, I'll pay this much and buy. If you're someone who has good credit or decent credit, you don't want to jeopardize all that. So find out what is the amount that you can pay, the least amount that you can pay that won't show up on your credit, that'll keep the account current and acceptable. And whatever they say that is, that's what you pay. So that takes care of credit cards. So now we've got your home taken care of, your credit cards taken care of. Now let me tell you something else about credit card. I just heard this. Oh my God, it's cold. I should turn around. When I had a lot of credit card debt and I was getting ready to pay it off, sheesh, this keeps me warm. I looked at which card had the highest interest. So go today, lay out all your bills, lay out all your credit cards, lay out all your gas, electricity, phone, and all that. Time to look at it. Which one of those credit cards has the highest interest? Which one is it? 25? I don't know if they go up to 30, but 26, 27? Start there. Look at the interest that your doggone credit card companies are charging you. That alone should make you stop using them. You know what? If I can take my nails off and live without them, you can live without all those credit cards. Okay, so we start with the credit card that has the highest interest rate, okay? You know where to find that, right? So that's what you do. You call them, because they're the ones that's going to hurt your pocket the most, the high interest rates. Call them, say, this is how much I can pay. I hope that in many instances, you've always paid on time. I hope that in many instances, you've paid not only on time, but you paid the full amount. I also hope that my prayer for you during this time would be that you would realize that I was talking to my son the other day, and I said to him, you know what, honey? America owns all of us. Anything we want from America, we have to buy it. And we don't own it until we pay for it in full. I said, this house, I'm buying basically from America because I'm buying it from a bank. The bank is part of the corporation and the government and all that. I said, so once we pay for something in full, then it's ours. So it becomes important for you to be very clear about what it is you want for yourself and what it is you want for your family. And in spite of how things may have been with your credit card companies or anything in the past, you got to woman up, you got to man up. This is about taking care of you, your family, and your life. And hopefully in the process, you remember and make some strategic changes for yourself going forward where you are not in a situation with so many credit cards and so many interest rates. So as I was saying, I know I got distracted, but hopefully this makes sense. Lay out all your credit cards. Lay them out by the interest rate. Who has the highest interest rate starts there. Which next card has the highest interest rate? Which is the next one on down to the lowest. Call the people who have the highest interest rate. That's who you want to talk to first. That's who you want to negotiate with first. Those are the people who may ask for the larger amount more than anybody else. I made it to the top of the hill. My people are so crazy. They have mapped off the trail so we can't walk, but they want to go up in here anyway. We just don't get it. Hey, Margot. So see here, they said don't go, right? But now what? You see the people over in there anyway? They went through there. We just don't get it. I guess we just do not believe that there's something seriously that just could sweep us all off the planet. Anyway, switching back around. So those are credit cards. So that's where you're going to do your credit cards. Remember, pleasant and peaceful. It is not their fault that you used your credit cards the way you did. And it is not your fault that now the world is in the situation it's in. Join me in Money and Wealth Mastery as my private money group so we can talk about going forward how you begin to shift your relationship with money and credit cards. Okay, so that's credit cards. That's the mortgage. That's your rent. Okay, medical. Ooh, something's cold. What are you doing about medical? Do you have medical coverage that you're paying monthly? I believe the last thing I saw said that you can call and negotiate payments for medical plans as well. You know, in the end, I guess the bottom line is call and be prepared to negotiate whatever you can to take care of your family. What I'm wanting you to do is have a strategy, because $1,200 for me doesn't go far. Not with the prices we have in America these days. Now, some of you, hashtag when you come back, hashtag replay, tell me what state you're in. I'm in California, so I'm in the expensive state, one of them. So you're calling, and I don't care what you have to do. I used to have to psych myself up because I would feel so much shame. Long time ago, I would feel so much shame that I had to call them. To me, myself personally, I thought, wow, you've been such a poor steward. You have all this and you didn't even take care of it. You were frivolous. You weren't responsible. But you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that today. Okay? So put on your big girl panties, as Lisa Nichols would say. Put them on. Take a shower, whatever you have to do to get yourself in the spirit of standing up for yourself and your family in a way that may be different than you've done in the past. Get dressed up if you need to. Put on your makeup, whatever. I don't know. But what I know is you've got to take care of your family. And this package is about you truly making some of the most strategic decisions that you have ever made in your life to take care of your family and keep you afloat. We don't have time to play games. We don't have time to say, oh, I'm going to buy this little thing over here because it makes me feel good. We don't have time to buy anything that we're not going to use. That those days of going to the store and I buy it, but I don't need it or I don't use it, that's not even an option. Because then we still have to look at May. See, if we can get through April, then you've got to get through May. And here's the thing about May, there's no stimulus check coming in May. Unless it's the first one that didn't show up in April. So now, when I'm talking about strategic, I'm talking about April and I'm thinking about May too. And that's what you're going to have to start doing. You can't just think April, because we're in April, and say, okay, April, I need to think about May. So when you're laying out this plan for yourself, you're adding up. First of all, you're writing down all your bills. You're laying out all your bills so you know what bills you do have. If you have them this month, you'll have them next month. See what you have for this month and see what you have for next month. So when you're negotiating, you're attempting to try and cover both months. So don't just think. This is what I do when I walk. I look at all of nature. Isn't that beautiful? It always reminds me of God, because man did not create that, even though man seems to think it's so powerful these days. But you have to be willing to look at April and May, okay? Don't just get narrowed in on April. You're just glancing with April and May. You're making your strategic decisions in these next couple of weeks, though, for April. But you're keeping the fact that May is right on your tail and it's coming too. Okay, so that takes care of your mortgage, your utilities, your credit cards, your health. You're going to call on that too. And then what else? There's no school. And if you have private school, the tuitions have already been paid. What else is there? Hit me back. I'll check this page out later on today. Let me know what else there is. Any other thoughts or suggestions that you might need regarding this stimulus check. I really didn't think to talk about it because, one, I didn't know if I was going to actually get one. I wasn't sure if I qualified. And two, I thought, well, if I get it, it's so great, I'll just put it in the savings. So I don't want to leave you hanging, though, depending on what situation or circumstances you're in. And if you are struggling beyond what I've said today, just private message me. I'll coach you. I'll talk to you. I'll give you some support in what to do. And like I said, you join the Money and Wealth Mastery group, fill out the questionnaire, and tell me that you saw me on Your Infinite Prosperity page, and I'll let you in. Because I've got like 75 people waiting, but they won't fill out the questionnaire. And I will set up a time next week for us to talk about the stimulus checks. Wow, that must be nice to go down this hill on a bike that fast. We'll talk about the stimulus checks, and we'll talk about your mindset. Because we don't even get to have the time to like kind of break down, so to speak, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Everything's falling apart. Yes, the world is going through the transition. Certain people are saying God is doing this. Other people are saying, I don't know, the aliens are doing this. Whatever, whoever is doing, it requires that we stay strong. So how prayed up are you? Are you doing your meditations? Are you doing your affirmations and intentions? If you're not doing that, join me in the Money and Wealth Mastery group. That's where we're creating and talking to various things. And I'll be hosting different talks and classes from in that group. Okay, so what hurts? My leg hurts. I'm going to go on this side. So, Jenenne Macklin, transformational speaker, your wealth guide and catalyst. Hashtag replay. Let me know what state you're in. Let me know if you have any SS, stimulus strategy questions. You can put them below. And I asked you to put them below because you're probably not the only one that has questions. You don't need to just personal message me because I'm going to answer it here. So ask the questions and I'll answer the best that I can. And what I don't know, I'll call my friends to see what they know and share that wisdom with you as well. We are all in this together. And however, if I can support you, I will. But right now, this day is Saturday. I saw something that said the checks will be out in 2 weeks. If that's fine, if that's true, then okay, you're covered. I want you now to start looking at what you're thinking. And if your thinking is the old thinking about when money would come or income tax would come, you've got to shift that channel. This ain't that. This is nowhere near what it used to be, and it's not going to go back to the way it was. Things are changing, and we're in the midst of it. So hold this money like it is a precious gift that will sustain your family. This isn't time to be running out buying little bitty gadgets and little this, and this is the time to pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, keep the house warm for you and the children, and potentially buy some food that will last. My understanding, shortly we will be on lockdown, potentially maybe for 2 weeks, and we may not be able to go anywhere. So with whatever money you do have that may be left, you want to buy food, and you want to buy food that will last. You know what that is. Make it smell good, put some seasons in there, and make it taste good. It doesn't have to have meat, but if it does, good. What am I talking about? I'm talking about beans, I'm talking about rice, I'm talking about spaghetti, pastas, macaroni and cheese, those types of things that will feed more than one person, that you can put in a big pan and cook it. What you don't eat, you can freeze so you have it another time. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, let me know if this is helpful. Let me know if you need anything else. I'm heading back down the hill. It is cold. This is where I am. Can I show you? This is where I am. I don't know if you can see it. I have to go down that hill. But as you see him scooting himself up the hill, I came from that hill up there. Anyway, have a great day. Take good care. We are in all masks when we're out. So I know people are confused, and California people don't act like they know. So they still walk around without masks. But I ain't playing with that one. Good morning. Cover up. If you don't have a mask, take those bandanas we used to wear. I would say those red and blue black bandanas we used to put in their back pockets. Yellow bandana, whatever bandana you have, and put it around across your mouth and your nose. Okay? That's where we are. That's where we need to be. That's what keeps. In the meantime, you get to stay home. Now, I'm just going on and on. Staying home is boring, I know. For some of the men, I was at the store early this morning. The man was getting out of his car and I was getting out of mine. He said, "This is what I live for, to get up and come to the grocery store." I said, "I know, huh? Because you don't have no sports on." I cracked up laughing. He said, "No, there's no sports on." I'm like, wow, husbands get to come back to their families, their wives, and their children. I don't know if we knew how much sports separated in some families, fathers from their kids, because the whole Saturdays and the whole Sundays and the whole Thursdays, they're caught up in sports and the fantasy teams. So as much as you may be in fear, on April 12th, I'll do an inspirational message. You may want to join me. I'm going to encourage you to stay out of fear and step into faith. Stay out of fear and step into faith. I see a lot of things happening that are amazing. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. But anyway, for now, I'm good. Have a great day. Stay warm. We're cold and damp over here. I'm sure you may be as well. Take good care. Hug, love, stay close to each other. Peaceful and pleasant. Know that what you're doing in making these calls is taking care of your family. Don't argue with anybody. Don't get mad at anybody. Just ask for help. They're tired. You're tired. They're having to work. You may be at home. Just be peaceful and pleasant. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.